Brought to you by Penguin.
The Fat Lady Sings by Jacqueline Roy, read by Nneka Okoye.
With introduction read by Bernardine Evaristo.
Black Britain, Writing Back, is a new series I've curated with my publisher, Hamish Hamilton, at Penguin Random House. Our ambition is to correct historic bias in British publishing and bring a wealth of lost writing back into circulation. While many of us continue to lobby for the publishing industry to become more inclusive and representative of our society, this project looks back to the past in order to resurrect texts that will help reconfigure Black British literary history. The books included in the series are my personal choices, determined by my literary values, and how I perceive the cultural context and significance of the books. The series is not to be regarded as an attempt to be definitive or to create a canon. Canons are, by their very nature, hierarchical and have traditionally been constructed by the prevailing white orthodoxies of academia. Black British writers rarely appear on these reading lists, are rarely taught to new generations of readers, and unless they become commercial successes, their legacy very quickly disappears. My aim is to present a body of work illustrating a variety of preoccupations and genres that offer important and diverse Black British perspectives. Good books withstand the test of time, even if they are of their time. I am very excited to introduce these books to new readers who will discover their riches. Introduction. The Fat Lady Sings plunges deep inside the hearts and minds of two vulnerable women who have been diagnosed with mental illness. It's the kind of novel where the reader has to relinquish the expectation of a straightforward plot and succumb to the propulsion of its experimentalist parallel narrative form. The two women in question are Gloria and Merle, in their 50s and 20s respectively, who are both British with a Caribbean background. It's the 1990s. They end up in beds next to each other in the ward of a mental hospital, and while they get to know each other, we get to know them. Both of them are on medication that numbs their emotions and dulls their minds. We witness their stay in the hospital in real time, present tense, while their backstories emerge in fragments throughout the text. Each woman is afforded her own chapters, alternating, to narrate her story in the first person. We are also introduced to the voices Merle herself hears inside her head. These extra voices provide an externalized running commentary on who she is, what she is doing, what has happened to her, and they increasingly verbally harangue her with huge lashings of vitriolic acid. They tell her she can do nothing right and that everything about her is wrong. Merle is essentially drowning in self-hate. These auditory hallucinations are very real to her, although her idea of reality and ours might not correspond. Gloria's narration is singular and intelligible. She's something of a wisecracker and brings necessary levity to the proceedings. Her behaviour contravenes the rules of what is considered normal social behaviour, which is why she has been incarcerated. Whether or not a psychiatric ward is the best place for Gloria to be is up to the reader to decide. Notions of rationality and irrationality are always open to interpretation and challenge. What the novel does do is let us in on the causes and manifestations of the women's mental health situations, and we see what happens to people when they find it hard to cope with personal tragedy and grief, when they experience social isolation and unequal relationships, and when past traumas resurface. Although there are two black women at its core, the novel...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?